Hello, everybody. This is my first movie review. I just saw John Wick 3, and I'm really excited to talk about this movie. I have a lot of different thoughts on it. I have a lot of different opinions on it. But I'm really excited to hop in on it. This is spoiler free until I get to the spoiler talk, and I will tell you when to skip to. But yeah, let's hop right in on what I liked about the movie. What I liked about the movie was they had such gorgeous cinematography. The color scheme in this movie was very blue but like dark, and all the sets were really unique. It was really bright and colorful, especially in some of the rain scenes or the city scenes where all the lights were really bright. It was like so unbelievably amazing. I loved looking at the movie. The budget of the movie was definitely a lot increased, and they really put a lot of time into their sets and into the cinematography and lighting and things like that, which was really cool to see. The movie itself, it hooks you literally right in. Like, it starts right after John Wick 2, and if you don't remember in John Wick 2, he kills one of the guys and he's excommunicado. So the whole international, I guess, gangster mob has to come after him and kill him. And because he has he has a free hour when they don't kill him, and it hooks you right in. It takes you right to, and it gets right into the story, and it was really cool and really exciting to see that. All the action scenes in this movie were a lot more unique than in John Wick 1 and 2. In John Wick 1 and 2, some of the action scenes got like repetitive, just kind of the same thing, like John Wick walks into a building and shoots people. That's not in this movie. There's a lot more like knife fights, a lot more like chase sequences, like there are different powered enemies, like the enemies he always has to figure out, like some of their weaknesses. Sometimes he has a companion in this movie, which was really unique to see. The sets were also just unbelievably great, like just so detailed and so great. It was awesome to see how detailed the sets were, which all the John Wick movies did really well with the detailed sets and things like that. So this movie definitely keeps that up. Yeah, I don't think it really increases it. There's a lot more new locations, so I guess they and each set is really detailed and really well put together. The action sequences were obviously amazing. Let's hop into the bad without the spoiler talk, and then we'll get into spoiler talk. John Wick is not as badass as he is in the other movies. And not the action itself that doesn't make him not a badass. It's the choices and the writing of John Wick in this movie is just not as badass as the other movies were. I was sitting in the theater like really not entertained as I was in John Wick 1 or 2, and I just kept wondering why I wasn't as entertained. And after I left the movie, I realized what it was. In this movie, he does not make a single decision on his own. In the other John Wick movies, he had friends that helped him, like the pigeon guy, and in the first movie, his sniper friend, which was cool, and his friends really didn't suffer any consequences from this. And sometimes they actually gained something from it. Every single person that he goes to in this movie says that they should not help John Wick and end up helping John Wick. There are 4 people in this movie. 2 of them don't even know who John Wick is, and they still help him for some reason. I have no idea why. Not 1 out of 4 of these people could have said no, and the plot would have been over. It was so frustrating for me to not see somebody that I've grown to really like as a character, and then see him just not make any decisions by himself. In the other John Wick movies, there was a lot more him planning things, him executing things very well, him choosing, and like even in the last movie, he was like, no, I'm not gonna help the antagonist, and he blew up his freaking house. And then finally he said yes, and then after he done his mission, after after he did his mission. Then he went on a rampage and killed everybody. That was his choice. In the first movie, the guys kill his dog, which is obviously not his choice. But then he chooses to go after, which is the plot of the movie. No choices at all. It was really disappointing to see, and it just really affects the movie as itself. Another thing that definitely affected this movie was like a little nitpick, but some of the lines and acting in this movie, unfortunately, definitely came off as super corny. Some of John Wick's lines were literally just one word and was guns, and it came off as kind of corny. It was a little nitpick, but it continued to happen throughout the movie, and it definitely brought down the movie a little bit as a whole. Now let's get into spoiler talk. So, if you don't want to hear spoilers, cut to this part of the video. Now let's get into the good spoiler talk. The other good things about this movie were definitely that the Chinese ninjas. I just really thought that they were like entertaining at the end of the movie. How they just continued to challenge John Wick to fight him. That was like pretty cool. Yeah, that was it. That was the only that was the only good thing about the spoiler talk. The bad things about this movie with spoiler talk were the high table thing was just a mess. Like the whole organization of the movie just seemed unbelievably messy. Like I couldn't describe like how messy this was. The desert thing, the guy that's like above the high table, he was just like thrown in there for like no reason, just like kind of, well, there was reason, but it just wasn't done correctly at all. They just like threw him in there, and it was just like, okay, you're there, you can help John Wick, I guess, if you want to. And there probably was a decent amount of plot holes in this movie, but I'm only gonna focus on one. Somebody from the high table comes and talks to like the Pigeon King, I guess, who like has all the pigeons and listens to everything on the street. He's like, so you helped John Wick kill one of the members of the high table. And I wouldn't really mind this, only this completely ruins John Wick 2. The whole plot of John Wick 2 was the antagonist made John Wick kill his sister, who was a part of the high table, so that the brother could become a member of the high table. If you care that much about your high table and its members, wouldn't you be thanking John Wick in the first place for killing a member who cheated your system to get to the high table? It makes absolutely no sense why you would hurt somebody who like fixed your system almost. And like the female characters in this movie in general were so annoying. Like oh my god, so unbelievably annoying. John Wick goes to like this girl and asks for help, who has like 2 dogs, I guess, and they have like a history or whatever, and she just cries the whole time about her daughter, and we don't even know who her daughter is or what happened. So you're just like, who cares? I have no idea what you're talking about. And then the member of one of the like the members of the high table, the person who like runs like the high table, I guess, was like one of the messengers, is a female, and she like gives off like absolutely no emotion at all. And I guess that was what they were going for, kind of like John Wick, where she's like very like flat, I guess, and like really cool, but it just didn't come off that way. She just came off as unbelievably boring and annoying. This movie was good. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. But you kind of have to turn your brain off a little bit. John Wick is not nearly as much of a badass. The writing wasn't that good. I thought it was really fun, though. I liked it. I'm going to give this movie a 6.9. That's what I'm giving this movie. I liked it. It was enjoyable, but definitely could have been better. If John Wick made some of his decisions, I probably would have gave it an 8, like a high 7, but because he just wasn't that much of a badass, it's like a 6.9 or like a 7, something in But what did you guys see the movie? What did you think about John Wick 3? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you agree with me? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Let me know what you want me to review next. Movies, albums, whatever you want. I have like 3 different projects coming up that probably won't be out for a couple weeks. So just be prepared for those. I'm going to do like kind of my first film study. So I'm really excited to do those things. And yeah, let me know what you want me to do in the meantime.